Hi there, and welcome to Graeme's Guide, Friday Live, this Friday, the 17th of March. Is it the 17th of March already? Can't be. Wow, where has the year gone? Look, this is probably the first Friday Live you have watched. No need to confuse this with any other videos of mine that you have seen, which are pre-recorded. Well, actually, this video is also pre-recorded, but I don't have a script. I record this every Friday, and it's really based on the questions that I've received during this current week and providing practical advice on what is to come. And as you can see, I don't edit this, and I do it all in one take. So what you see is what you get. All right, let's just move on very quickly to the next bit. Oh, yes, I did know it was 17th of March. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody. But moving on, just need to lighten the load. You know, I know this week has been incredibly busy, especially if you have not embarked on university study before, if this is your first year at online study. I'm sure you're feeling very overwhelmed. So view these Friday Lives as a little time out just between you and me, where I'm going to give you the information that you need to pass the assessment. So the focus of these Friday Lives really is concentrating on providing you the information you need to pass the unit assessments. So there's a whole lot of things that I'm sure you're trying to cover. There's the student hub, there's Canvas, there's all the videos. I'm sure your email, so just your email alone is overwhelming before you even come into Canvas and look at the unit materials. So the important thing is to work out quickly, to sort out the chaos and find clarity. And that's why today's agenda is called Chaos to Clarity. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in a week, but you may find that you start to gain more clarity into week 2 and week 3. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, that's quite normal. I've been doing this job now for 8 years, and even I find this week overwhelming. The discussion boards are just manic, but as I've said in my 1-minute video, it's fast and furious now, but it does become far more manageable. So I just want you to lighten up a little, put a smile on your dial. I've never said that expression before. Put a smile on your dial, and let's start off enjoying your week of study. If you're currently feeling absolutely terrible, now's the time to shift your mental attitude to a positive mental attitude and start to enjoy the challenge. It's really important to enjoy your time at university and not to let it overwhelm you. So for any perfectionists out there, there's no such thing as perfection. Perfection is what is it? It's a mirage on a very far horizon that you'll never reach. So if like me, you tend to be a bit of a perfectionist, try and set that aside now and be prepared to submit work that is not perfect. Just it's the best you can do with what you have. And I'm telling you now that if you're a perfectionist, you will always be disappointed with what you're submitting. But just remember to submit the best you can within the time frame you have, because life is going to be throwing dodgeballs at you right throughout your studies. All right, I've already talked for way more than I wanted to talk. This is coming up for 5 minutes. I actually only wanted this video to be for 5 minutes. All right, so just quickly, what I'd like you to do today is, well, you can, or this week, if you haven't already worked through these things here, these checklist like the Tanya's announcements. Go in and read Tanya's announcements. Then the next, well, the syllabus is important, so go in and have a look. These unit learning outcomes are important, so have a look at these unit learning outcomes. Beyond that, I want you to focus on the readings. So let's go into the modules. So you can see here what I think is most important: the readings, the discussions, and the assessments. And that's where my focus is going to be for you. So first of all, let's go into the readings. So if we go to week one focus, and the next page, module 1.2, oh, these are the discussions already. Let me go into, well, I'm not going to go into the discussions. Where are we? Let's go one more. Again, apologies. Here we go. Module 1.3, the future work skills reading. I want you to pull that reading out and try and read. If this is your first time at academic reading and you're having trouble getting through this future work skills reading, don't be too hard on yourself. The first academic article that I read, I could not get through the first paragraph. I got in my car and I went over and saw a friend of mine who was studying to be a teacher. And I had to ask her for help to get through the first paragraph of the first reading that the academic reading I tried to read. So if you're having trouble with this first reading, just don't, maybe not read for understanding necessarily, but read to get a feeling for what it's talking about. Try and just get the main gist of it. And in this particular reading, the main gist are the 10 future work skills, the 10 skills that this report believes will be important for your future. Then if you go into the discussions, we'll go there now. Let me go to group 11 discussions and discussion 1.6. And if you scroll down in discussion 1.6, there's this video which you may have already seen, but I've just added another video here, and it's called unit and course goals. So what I'd like you to go to do is, once you've done the reading and once you've gone into the discussion, I want you to have a look at this video. It goes for 10 minutes, but this video will help you with assignment 3, and it's critical that you gain an understanding of what's required for assignment 3. You're not going to be submitting assignment 3 for another 12 weeks, but you have to start preparing for assignment 3 this week, because you're going to be talking about your development in this unit in assignment 3, and that starts now. So this video here will put you perfectly on track for a good outcome for assignment 3. And if after watching this video you have any questions, if it's not making sense, please ask me here in the discussions to explain anything that you haven't understood. And don't be worried about being the first one to ask a question, because there'll be plenty of people who want to ask questions, but they may be a bit shy to ask, or shy to be the first person to ask. So I encourage you, be that first person to ask, and many other people will be very grateful for your question, I'm sure. Alrighty, yeah, assessment. So that was the last thing on my list, and that's really covered in this video because it's talking about assessment 3. Once you've gone through and done this, there's a little planner here that you can work through. So go to that planner and work through that, and you'll be right on track. So that's one way you can start to move from chaos to clarity right now. Just concentrate on those 3 things: the readings, so that reading, the future work skills reading 2020. Go into the 1.6, the module 1.6 discussion, where you're going to learn about assessment 3. If you take only these 3 things from this video and that's your focus, you won't have to do any work for the rest of the week if you complete those three things before then, at your earliest convenience. Look, that's enough from me. I have babbled on more than I wanted to. It's just over 10 minutes. Thanks for joining me today on Friday Live. I'll be back next Friday to answer more of your questions that you've asked in the discussions. I also answer them in the discussions, by the way. But it's good to answer them here in this video because I can go into a lot more detail. Looking forward to catching up with you in the discussions this coming week. Thanks for joining me today on Friday Live. Bye for now. And I have to find the place to turn this off because it's changed. And it's right here. Great. Bye for now.